Hello everybody, good morning, welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us for Tuesday. And we've got a fantastic day of shows lined up for you. I'm super pumped because one of my favourite shows is today, 60-minute deals. Oh yeah, can't tell you too much about that show because you know the rules there, don't you? What happens in 60-minute deals stays in 60-minute deals. So you need to be here at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That would be, let's get this right now. Why am I struggling to do that today? 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And it's basically 60 minutes of deals. They'll be live about 5 minutes before we start. They'll be gone 5 minutes after. You need to be in. Always a super busy show. Oh, on that note, by the way, just thinking about the times, don't forget this coming weekend here in the UK, our clocks spring forward. So the times will be back to how they used to be as of next week, which will save me the confusion. Tonight, live at 5. We've got launch party as well. So our weekly kind of roundup of some of the big launches from recent times. We will, of course, be featuring the tea and coffee collection, which was so popular yesterday. We've also got some of the Easter goodies as well. And something which we're going to be starting with in this show, the brand new embossing folders and dies from Sheena. So that's the day as a whole. We start off, of course, with Wake Up Call, giving you a preview to lots of things which are coming up. And of course, you can get interactive with us. Say hello, let us know what's going down, ask if there's anything particular that you want to see. And just before I say hello to the lovely lady at the other side of the studio, I must just tell you, today with it being Tuesday is also £10 Tuesday. Whoop, 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 whoop. So yes, so check out the website. Check out the website and you will find a selection of deals on the web that are priced at £10 or $10. That, of course, is before you take into account your Club Inspire discount. £8 Tuesday. Don't really have the same ring. Right, let's say hello to the lovely lady, the other side of the studio, who is with me once again today. I'm delighted to say, here she is, the one and only, your friend and mine, from Giggleswick in Gigglesville. It is Miss Giggles herself. Debbie Fisher, how are you?
I'm really well. You know what? It sounds really odd, but like on a weekday, when I come up for the full week, on a Monday, I'm a little bit sluggish. You probably don't notice, hopefully. But by the time Tuesday comes, I'm like the little bouncy Duracell bunny because it's like I've had a good night's sleep. I haven't travelled up for 4 hours. So, yeah, and I'm raring to go today. It's going to be a good one today. We love 60-minute deals, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
I just think they're super exciting. You only get those deals in the hour, and that really is in the hour, maybe a bit 5 minutes just to get them to take it off. But yeah, really exciting. And we've got a really nice show later on planned, and I'm going to be showing you some embossing techniques in this hour. So yeah, it's going to be a good show.
I'm really looking forward to today. It's my last day for a couple of days as well. I'm not here Wednesday, Thursday. You over this side, aren't you, Wednesday, Thursday?
So no, only tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm in your place, and Sarah's coming in to do Wake Up Call. Yes, because we've got a brand new launch tomorrow. Yes. I am buzzing for this launch. The papers are beyond beautiful. They're textured papers, and we've got sympathy stamps. And I know that sounds an odd one, but we've never had just a full set of sympathy stamps, and they are absolutely gorgeous, and they're just they're what every crafter needs in their stash, because at one point you're going to need that sympathy card to send to somebody, so they're a great one to have. But with the papers are truly beautiful. And then Leanne's then coming in, I think, the rest of the day, and then I think on Lily's in then tomorrow night, and then Thursday Leanne's coming in and she's presenting. We've got our Leanne Cartload, which is exciting. Yes, and I'll be on this side again.
And I'm back in on Friday for what is going to be a very exciting day. Oh,
yes, very exciting. I'm in on the first show and Wake Up Call. Yeah. And then I get to go home early.
You do?
You're kicking me out the building.
Yeah, kicking you out.
Kicking me out.
Get out of here. Friday is very exciting because we've got two guests. I'm not going to tell you who, but we've got two very exciting guests coming up. One is bringing you some amazing product, and one who's just bringing you fun and entertainment. And it's not me.
Can you imagine? I mean, that is going to be a lively show.
It's going to be a big show. Friday Night Live Friday, like you've never seen it before. Hello, Rachel, Radical Rachel on the socials. And hello, Stephen Nicole, who says good afternoon to Ben and Debbie. Lois joins us in Ohio, and Melanie D says good morning. Gillian says, hello, Ben, Debbie, and fellow crafters from McCloudy, Suffolk. And hello to RM Frazina, who says, happy Tuesday from Montana. Spring at last. Rebecca Dancer says, hello, Ben, Debbie, and all the team. I know you met Rebecca at the NEC, didn't you, Debbie?
I certainly did, yeah. Rebecca's so lovely, such a lovely person. She was the person that I got my inspiration for my Wicked card. I made a Wicked card for my granddaughter out of the Ladies Through the Ages.
Yeah.
And she did a Wicked card, which I thought was wicked. So I decided to make it. And I made a badge as well for my granddaughter. She asked me if I'd make a badge for her because she wanted to go to the Sephora shop. And apparently they give a free gift if it's your birthday. So I made her a badge, got all the way to London, then realised I left the badge at home.
Brilliant. Never mind. It's a thought that counts.
Yes.
Charlotte George is saying, good morning from GA to CTV community team, Ben, Debbie, Warehouse, and all our wonderful crafted community. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Linda Sadler says, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. And Al Vile says, good morning, Ben and Debbie. Don't get too close. I have the lurgies.
He's very poorly.
Is he?
Yeah, he's really poorly.
Man
he's
flu.
very snotty, and yeah, he's like not very well. Yes. So,
Well, for goodness sake, don't spread it over here, Al.
I'm glad I'm away.
Yeah. Oh. Sending you lots of love. Shall we have a look at today's daily deal before we get cracking? Details up on your screen here for, well, what I think is absolutely brilliant. The liquid watercolour 3-piece collection at a fantastic price. Should be 47 quid, should be 58.89, 25.60 is the price here, or 32.80. And what you are getting is 6 pots in your colour inspirations, 6 pots in your colour essentials of your liquid watercolours in these fantastic colours here for you. I think it was last week we did a couple of shows or a couple of demos on these with, I want to say it was Lily, wasn't it? Was it? I think it was. Just absolutely brilliant, like wetting card, doing a little mouse's tear, as Leanne would say, of the liquid watercolours to create amazing effects, amazing backgrounds. You know, painting with these, whether you want to do that, whether you want to use them straight out of the bottle, you can do. Whether you want to kind of mix and match your own colours up as well, because you do get your artist's accessory kit with this as well. So you get extra pipettes. Each bottle comes with a pipette, so you can lay out that watercolour. You get water spritzers in here as well. So again, yeah, you can mix the colours up. You can dilute them a little bit if you want to. You also get 2 empty pots with lids in there as well. So if you do create your own colour, of course, then you've got the ability to be able to store that in the pots. And these are all the colours that you're going to get. Licorice black, elderberry purple, magenta rose, storm blue, lightning blue, and sunflower yellow. That's in your colour essentials. And then your colour inspirations, you have got your night blue, persimmon orange, poppy red, seaweed aqua, catkin green. I love that word. I really enjoy saying that. Catkin. Anyone else have words that they enjoy saying? Catkin.
What does catkin mean?
I don't know. Just like a catkin. I don't know. It's a great word to say, isn't it? Catkin. And also your clematis violet. So all of those colours are included, plus your artist's accessory kit for $25.60 or $32.80. That is the price on those. Are we having a look at those with Debbie? Right. So that's the daily deal, which we're going to have a look at in our first demo with Debbie in just a second. Alongside that, she will be using the brand new embossing folder and dies from Sheena. These really are incredible. You have got the Balance and Tranquility. So a beautiful 3D embossing folder with those stunning fish, and then you get the 2 dies included in there as well. So you've got multiple ways of being able to use these. If you want just that beautiful emboss of the embossing folder here, of course you can use that. However, what these afford you to do is to be able to die cut the fish out and place them into the embossing folder, and then be able to get that unbelievable emboss on your die cuts, which again you can use separately, or indeed you can mount onto the top of your embossing folder as well. So that's the first one that you're going to get in the set. Your second is the Tree of Life, or as Craig and I love to call it, the Learning Tree. You've got that beautiful tree, again stunning detail on the emboss, and then the die. You pop that back into your folder to create all of that level of detail and emboss on the die, and it quite simply is absolutely incredible. 30 quid or $40 becomes £20 or $28 if you are a platinum member, if you want to pick those up today. And yes, they look fancy on the boards, but not half as fancy as the cards that Debbie is about to show you.
I know, I think it's absolutely stunning. I just love them, and I love this card. It looks like, I think it's been heat embossed with our pigment ink pads in the background and then gilding wax placed over the top. That is absolutely stunning. I love that card. So that's the tree. Look at the fish. I mean, absolutely. I think it goes that way. Never quite sure, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the fish look absolutely incredible. Look at this one here. I mean,
one of my faves.
Isn't it lovely? And so the tree itself, this is the tree cut into sections and placed around the side. I think that's, oh, it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Again, one of the fish, so we're just alternating them. Another great one as well. Look at that, so beautiful. What I love about that one, Ben, I think these can be used for so many different occasions.
Yeah.
Look at that, it's just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. It's the first time I've seen these samples.
Oh, okay.
And I think Sheena's team must have done them, and they are absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
And look at this one. I mean, that is, oh, it's just, I love that.
It's like a work of art, isn't it, almost?
It is like a work of art, yes. Lisa Beecham's done that one. It's so, so stunning. So I actually thought I'd used the aqua pens, and then I thought, actually, because you were showing the inks, I thought, let's use the inks.
Yeah, these are brilliant.
Because they are so amazing.
So
and it just shows you, like, by switching out what I'd already got planned, how easy these are to use. So I've picked out the magenta rose, the sunflower yellow, and I have got a lightning blue. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the blue yet, so I'm just going to do these first colours. And all I'm going to do is take these and place them onto my mat. So just taking them, you've got the little pipette inside, so you just literally squeeze it to pick it up. And then I'm just going to place these down all around into there. And then we're going to start building up some colour onto our cardstock. So I've just got some watercolour card. Because they're liquid inks, you do want to use watercolour card. Now, you can place these straight down in them, but the vibrancy of these is really strong. So I am just going to put a little bit of water just over the top. That's going to help wet my card. It's also going to help to sort of spread that ink like so.
Oh, look at that.
I know. Woo! That's amazing, isn't it?
I love that colour.
It's so gorgeous.
This is watercolour card, right? Yeah.
It is watercolour card, yes. So I'm just filling up that card, and we're just going to leave that one. And I've got another piece because I'm going to do exactly the same. And we're just going to pick that colour up as well.
Nice.
And you can do separate colours, Ben, because then what will happen, you'll get a different look each time. But just because I don't want to waste any of that colour, I'm just picking it up and putting that through. So really beautiful design there.
And potentially you could, you know, if you just need one, you just then dry that, pop that away and use that for later, right?
Absolutely, yes. And then you can, and do you know, we did a little set which come with little pots. If you wanted to use this, you could pick this ink up. So I don't want to put it back into this pot, but if you, look, it all sucks back up.
Yeah.
So you could put that in one of those, that's the one, that's the pot. Oh, it comes with that.
It comes with, yeah.
Oh, that's
well, you're
amazing.
Not listening to what I said. Well, you're not hanging on my every word.
I obviously wasn't listening to you, I apologise.
Yeah, you get two, and you get the little extra pipette and the spritzer in there as well. So exactly what you've just shown, basically.
Yes, so you can pick that up and put them, decant them into that one. So if you've got mixed colours, definitely use those ones. So I am just going to grab myself a white because I've actually put this onto the desk. Tracy's going to be so mean. I'm so mad, so mean. She won't be so mean, she'll be so mad. So I'm just going to white
Fear the wrath of Tracy.
Yes, she'll write rude words on the window again.
Yeah, she will write rude words on the window again.
Although her rude words yesterday was very, very good.
Very funny, but we couldn't, don't ask because we couldn't possibly tell you what it was.
We couldn't possibly tell you, yes, but it was very, very good. Yes, she was very quick thinking yesterday, our Tracy.
She always is. Oh, yes.
Oh, so you apparently, Nicola's just telling me that you asked her if she would continue making coffees.
Oh, yes, because of course, I forgot you weren't on the last show, were you? No, so it was our last shift together. Yeah, and I did. I did ask her if she was going to continue making coffees for me, because obviously she's going to be on the other side. She basically told me that she'd make me one. I think that's what she did anyway.
Oh, okay. Not a swift no that apparently she said.
She said she'd make me one, but I don't think it was actually what she meant, if you know what I mean. Yeah. yeah, so it was a... Anyway, let's not go into that. But
No,
I did get a hug from her at the end of the shift, though.
Oh,
so I think she loves me, really.
Because she's actually working on the other team today, isn't she?
She is, yeah. She is.
So I'm just making sure, Ben, that these are thoroughly dry, because once they are dry, we can then die cut them and put them through our embossing folder. So now if you want to get different colours, or you want to put a bit more yellow or a different colour on, you can dry these and then go in with some different colours afterwards. I'm not too worried because I'm also going to be using some gilding wax as well. So I'm just making sure that we completely dry these because they are going through our electric machine. And also if they're not properly dry and you die cut, you get a sort of feathering where it doesn't cut very well because they're not properly dry. Right, so decide which one you want to use for your background, which I think I'm going to use this one on my background. So we're going to take our folder and pop that in. Now, because we've got two different sides, and I always tell people this just in case they don't know or someone's new to crafting, open up your folder and run your hands along the top. Now, both will feel rough, but one will feel like it's sort of coming out and one feels like it's got indentations in it, which is this side. The indentation side is the front, because otherwise we'd have a deboss on the other side. And the reason I say that is because you want to get all that beautiful debossed in, and you want to make sure that the side of the embossed detail is coming through the card on your coloured side. Yeah. Once you've done that, we're going to use, now it's a 3D embossing folder, so I'm going to use my plastic shim, my magnetic with my folder, and then we're just going to slide that in on top, try not to move the card. And then we're going to emboss all that detail. Now the next thing we're going to do with this piece of card, we're going to take the dies that come with this. So we've got two separate dies and we're going to die cut these in. So these could be anywhere really, just fit them in like you would if they were on the embossing folder. You'll know they'll fit onto that piece of card. Yep. So let's just pop them like that, and then just take some low tack tape, and I'm just going to tape those together.
Good morning, El Roy says good morning all. Apparently today is International Waffle Day. Well,
Waffle Day?
We always do a lot of that on the show, don't we, eh? So we're right in there. We're right in there.
We do waffle a lot on this show. That is very, very true.
A lot of waffling. Oh, not those type of waffles. I see what you mean. RM Frazina says, just received these. They are fabulous. They arrived in record time. Kudos to the warehouse.
Oh, amazing.
And these colours are beautiful, says Tatiana. I mean, that's what these liquid watercolours afford you, Debbie, don't they? The opportunity to mix and match the colours around. Try different colour combinations, right? Oh,
absolutely. Have a play. Really play with them. There is lots of tutorial with them online, so you'll get such good use out of them. I think they're the best sort of inks, paints, watercolours that I've used in a long time.
Oh, wow.
The pigment is so strong. I mean, you can see the brightness of these is incredible.
And that was just from tiny drops, wasn't it? Tiny droplets.
Tiny drops on there, and so much. And to think, these bottles, you can't see it too much in that one, but have been used loads on the show, and there's still loads left in there, so plenty of ink. So you can see here, we've embossed that frame. So, and I can see just a little bit of the size. I'm going to tidy that up. Let me just bring in my guillotine, and we're just going to tidy around that edge. What I love about this is there's like a little bit of a frame going round the entire edge on here. So we're just going to trim that off a little bit more. There we go. And I think we're all good to go. And then we're going to use the same embossing folder, but to emboss now our pieces here. Now, it's quite hard to line both. Well, it's not, but I think it's easier to do one at a time. So find which one goes where, which I think, let me have a look.
Craig said the same, actually.
Yes, so did he do them separately
one by one, yeah.
So we're going to take the front there, going to place that inside, do one at a time. You could take them down, but then the tape gets embedded into the folder and it's not worth it. So just take your time to line that up. So you can see there, it's lined up absolutely perfect. Then you're going to close that and hold it, and then we're going to send it through in that same configuration. So your base cutting, not base cutting plate, sorry, your plastic shim, your metallic plates, magnetic plates, and then your top plate on top, and then just send that one through.
And these will go for our MIDI as well, won't they?
They will go through the MIDI, yeah, absolutely. You can just put them through your MIDI with nothing at all because they're a 3D embossing folder.
Brilliant.
but the level of embossing that you're getting on there is amazing. Now, you can't see it straight away. I mean, we can turn it round, but I am going to put some gilding wax on there, so you'll be able to see that embossed detail a lot better. So we're going to pop the other one through. So this one will go on the other side. They are slightly different fish, so say make a fish, obviously.
I was going to say, look at Debbie knowing her fish. Yes, I think you'll find this one is the lesser spotted goldfish.
The spotted goldfish. Is there such a thing as a spotted goldfish?
There is now, yes.
I like the idea of that. Right, so we've sent that one through. You can see, putting them through one at a time, it doesn't take long at all to have them both embossed beautifully. Right, so once we've got all that done, we're now going to use our gilding wax. I love this stuff.
So it really is going to be a goldfish.
You what, sorry?
It really is going to be a goldfish.
It is going to be a goldfish, yes. Now, start off with a light touch because you don't want to put loads on here. What I want to do is just use this to sort of pick up that embossed detail. Now, I'm using, I think this must be the Empire Gold, yes. And we're just placing that. So whatever finger that you have the lightest touch with, that's the one I would say to use. And then once I've got enough on, I'm just really using my finger to rub that down. And that way that will not only polish it in, but it will also buff it and just make it nice and shiny. So I'm going to put a bit more on the towel. So we've got plenty on that one. And then we're going to do the same on this one. So just a case of that lightest touch first on the more raised areas. Yeah. Then come into the body, because I only want to show a little bit of the scales there. Want to keep that. And we don't want to wash out the colour completely. We still want this to look really lovely. And then a little bit more heavier on the base. And when you're putting gilding wax on, make sure that when you put it onto your finger, you then take it off onto the jar. I know Sarah and I think Debbie, they like to put it onto the craft mat.
Yeah, they do. Dab it down first and then take
dab it down first. But actually, I think that just creates more mess. So, by actually wiping it on the side, it's the same as if you're putting it down there. So, yeah, just a little bit on, but you do whatever suits your needs. So we've got our two fish there, and then we're going to do the same on this one, but we're not going to go so heavy. Well, we don't need to do the fish at all because the fish will be placed over the top. Yeah. So all I want to do is pick up that element around. And also these side pieces, because they've got like this beautiful frame around the side.
This demo is great, says Denise. Mine arrived at the weekend and I need to have a play.
Oh, amazing.
Are you up for a non-demo related question as well?
Absolutely.
Jyoti says, question, I have some old stamps that don't stick to the stamping platform anymore. Do I need to use the stamp cleaning solution to resolve this?
So what stamps are they? Because if they are stamps that need some stickiness on them, you could always spray our stick and spray, which is the purple one. Okay. And it's a repositioning adhesive.
That's a good idea, actually.
So you just spray that onto it. But yes, definitely clean them with the solution, or you could just put them into warm soapy water and give them a clean.
And if you spray them in the stick and spray, that tack should last for quite a few applications, shouldn't it?
3, 4, 5,
yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. And that's really depending on anything that's on your stamping, whatever you're stamping it onto, like your stamping mat, might have a bit of dust or something like that on there.
Okay.
Now, all I'm doing here is I just want to pick up some of these little lines going through. So I'm just using my finger, not putting any extra on, but just using my finger almost to wipe that excess onto those lines. So once you've done that, then get yourself, so I've hardly got any on my finger whatsoever, so it's more or less all rubbed off. So that will come off. Grab yourself a piece of kitchen towel or a cloth and then just give that a buff. Because what this will do, not only will it shine it up, it makes it then non-transferable. So it means that you can, pick it up, put it wherever you want. You put it in a picture frame if you want to, and then that won't come off onto anything. Because once gilding wax is on, it doesn't come off. You can't get it off. So even with something solvent, it's really hard. Like if you're putting it on a picture frame or onto any makes, it just won't come off afterwards. But you don't want it to transfer onto your clothes or your skin or anything else. So it's just giving these a nice shiny buff. And a cloth's better because it does go into your tissue. So make sure you've got a good quality kitchen towel to do this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if it's like a tissue or a cheaper quality, you'll find, that all the little tiny pieces come off. So, so just buff them.
It's good this actually, because a few of you saying that your collections have just arrived, like Lynn, who says mine arrived yesterday, so thank you for the inspiration and the ideas.
Oh, please watch later, because I've got a really cool demo. I wanted to try something different with these, so I'm doing a different kind of card with these later. So yeah, do watch later on, because I'm going to be using the fish again, but creating a different type of card. And I was really pleased with how it come out.
I love the fact we've got the fish demoing the fish. As Al says, is that 3 fish? Including Debbie Fisher. Yep, it's all the fish today.
All the fish.
All the fish.
All the fish. Right, I'm just going to find myself some foam pads. Actually, before we do that, now I've cut these out of black cardstock, and I've also cut a black one to go onto that one, just to mat on the top there, like so. I've left my sides just a little bit bigger, and then we're just going to find which ones go where. And this is going to act as like a shadow, and it really makes such an impact when you're doing this.
Yeah.
So we're just going to use our tape pen.
Like you said, I suppose especially going onto the background, which is similar colour, if you pop them on without, they might get a bit lost, wouldn't they?
So I mean, you can still see them. So look, if we pop them on there, you will still be able to see them. But the impact they make with a bit of black in the background or any other colour is really lovely. It just makes them very effective. I think these are fabulous. Something a little bit different to what we've had before.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to make sure that they are fully down, and then I've got the smallest foam pads in the world, but that's all I've got to hand. But it's fine. And this, again, this just, because it takes it away from the image a little bit, it means that it just gives it a bit more dimension. Right, so once we've got those ones down, we can put that into place.
Yeah, don't forget, we are looking at these again later on. Launch party tonight. We've also got the tea and coffee collection, which will be fun.
Yes.
And looking ahead to the launch as well tomorrow that Debbie's got. So you'll be able to get a little bit of a sneaky peek preview on that. And I'm excited about launch party, don't get me wrong, but all the excitement for me today is coming up in an hour and a half. It's 60-minute deals, baby.
I know, it's very exciting.
Yeah, and do you know what I've done today? Purposely, I've not looked at what's on the show. Some would say that that's lazy. Some would say that that is not the action of a hashtag presentation lead, apparently. But I've done it so that you will get my genuine reaction during the hour. I genuinely don't know what's happening.
You're copying me, aren't you? Because I do that every time.
What, don't look?
Yeah, I don't look at prices. I'm the same, I go down onto Hobby Maker and they always say to me, that's a good price. I go, don't tell me, I haven't looked.
Yeah, don't look.
Don't look at the price.
Yeah.
I like to be genuinely shocked. And just lately I've been genuinely shocked because prices have just been insane. So, yeah.
They've been our busiest shows, haven't they, the 60-minute deals? Because people don't want to miss out on the deals.
They don't want to miss out. And, you know, we're not lying when we say 60-minute deals. So they are took away. And I think it's just, I don't know why we get excited, because you think, oh, it'd be nice if they were left on for 24 hours. But it just adds to the excitement of you getting something that someone else won't get after that hour.
And it's the kind of deals we can only do for an hour.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So we're going to pop that one right there. Let's just check we've got that in the right place. Just pop that one above. There we go. Look at that. Looks fabulous. So nice, so nice.
So good.
So we're going to place this onto our black card. And then we're going to just add a very simple sentiment. So pop that in the middle there.
It looks good, but you don't appreciate how good that is until, like, just then you gave it a little wiggle and you just catch the shine of that.
Yes, when you see it all,
wax.
It will look incredible, and I will hold it up to the camera once we've popped this bit on.
Karen Bernhardt, the black matting really makes it pop off the page. Yeah, it's an optional, but I think it's definitely worth taking the time to do that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm just looking. Oh, there it is. I knew I had a sentiment. So let's pop that on there. Yeah, and actually it doesn't have to be black if you don't want something so sort of, you know, dark. You could put mirror cardstock, which is always nice. Some white cardstock would look good as well. But actually just try different backgrounds that you can put them on. And then all we're going to do is put a sending love across the bottom there. And let's turn that one round so you can see. Look how stunning that gilding wax is.
That is a very pretty card, isn't it?
There you go. And actually, just using those inks. So if you're going for those inks as well, or if you haven't gone for them so far, get them put in your basket because you will absolutely love them and all the different things that you can do with them.
Yeah, so it's a twofold thing, really. You need, first of all, to get the embossing folders. So the one that Debbie worked with, obviously, is the fish, which is balance and tranquility. So you get the 2 dies and then the embossing folder for that, and then you'll also get your Tree of Life. So same sort of system here in that you can, if you just want to use the embossing folder on its own, of course you can, but then you've got that beautiful die there as well that you can cut and then emboss to create, you know, a separate topper on its own, or layer it over the top of the embossing folder to create like a raised effect. So that's that deal for £20 or 28 bucks. And then if you want the daily deal, our liquid watercolors 3-piece collection, yeah. You get as well 30 bonus points for this too, which is rather nice, isn't it? So 30 bonus points added into your Club Inspire. And what's brilliant again is each of these, they look teeny tiny, the bottles, you know, you look at that and think, well, there's not much in there, is there? But as you've seen from Debbie, you literally use, to take Leanne's words, a mouse's tear. That's all you need. It's a very, very small amount. A little really does go a long way. And you get 6 colours within each of the collections. So this one here, your Colour Essentials, the Licorice Black. You've also got that beautiful Storm Blue, Lightning Blue, Sunflower Yellow. You've got your Magenta Rose, and then you've got your Elderberry Purple. So those are in the Colour Essentials. You then also receive your Colour Inspirations, which is your beautiful Night Blue, Seaweed Aqua. You've got your Persimmon Orange, Poppy Red, Clematis Violet, and Catkin Green. And what is so lovely, as Debbie was alluding to, you get your artist accessory kit as well. So if you do, you know, if you do basically what Debbie's just did, and you then want to kind of suck up the rest of the colour that you haven't used, you've got the pipette to be able to do that, and you have got 2 pots in there as well. So the empty pots with lids, that affords you the opportunity to be able to make new colours. So, you know, if you do make a new colour, you're thinking, oh, where can I put it? Put it in the pots, and then you've got it there to use again. And you also have a water spritzer in there as well. So, yeah, if you want to spritz onto those, maybe you want to wet your card, and pop the ink on that way, or however you want to use it. You've got all of the options included in that bundle. Daily deal though, I mean, speaks for itself for it, doesn't it? That deal is only available for a day. £25.60 is the platinum price, or $32.80 if you're shopping in the US and you are a platinum member. Thank you, loads of lovely comments coming through. Gorgeous card, says Paul Prince ×4. And Tracy says, Debbie, the nice fish card fisher. Absolutely, that's what we'll call her for the rest of the day. We're going to take a short break. Get your bits and pieces checked out. I know a lot of you will be waiting for those 60-minute deals, but whilst you are there, let me tempt you to have a look at the £10, $10 deals. It is £10 Tuesday, so wherever you are shopping, whether it's .com, .co.uk.eu, you will find your relevant deals. So many good ones today, so do check those out. And we'll come back with more previews for the day in around about 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
This is Lynn Bledsoe. You asked me why I like or I love Crafter's Companion. Well, it's because I'm not a very good crafter, and Crafter's Companion makes me look better. It makes me look like a better crafter than I am, because I'm not good at design. So I have the layout collection that helps me with design. I don't like to do the same thing over and over. So I have a template library that gives me lots of new ideas and card bases and things to try. I never know what to put on the inside of the card. So I have the compendiums that have all the sayings for cards, and I never know what color combinations to put together and what goes with what, and so all their collections make it easy for me to know what to do. So that is why I love Crafter's Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before. Thanks, bye.
My favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters.
The laughter and the giggles and the dressing up and the jokes.
Really fun, really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well.
There's a personal connection with the presenter and the demonstrators.
The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented.
I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV.
Well, you got two comedians, Dan and Craig. Comedians, really, they're brilliant.
Presenters are great, demonstrators are great.
Number one is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects.
You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help.
Personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV.
For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a craft family.
Get me a chuckle. It just feels like you're right there in my living room.
Welcome back. Can I ask a quick question, Debbie, before we move on?
Oh, yeah.
From Bev on YouTube.
Bev?
It's to do with embossing, actually, and you'll probably be able to help here. She says, hi, everyone. What would you suggest if you find the 3D embossing folder is cutting through your card? She says, I've tried with mirror card, I've tried spraying with water, which helped, but it's still cut through. So can you figure out what Bev maybe needs to do?
So I think you may be, Bev, using too thick a shim. So some machines are more powerful than others, and I don't know why that is, because we try and make sure that there's an even amount of pressure throughout it. But I suppose maybe if something's been tightened a bit tighter, it takes a while maybe just to get used to what your machine does. Yeah. What I would suggest is it a 3D embossing folder?
She says a 3D embossing folder, it's just cutting through the card, yeah. And she's tried with mirror card and tried spraying with water.
Which is really, because I was thinking maybe your cardstock is too thin, but if you're using mirror card, it certainly shouldn't be cutting through mirror card at all. And are you using an electronic machine as well? So if you're using an electronic machine, it's a little bit difficult to take out a platform, but what you can do is this. So with a 3D folder... I
knew she'd have an answer.
With a 3D folder, you would use your plastic shim, your magnetic and your top plate.
Yeah.
I would take this one out and I would put in your metal shim.
Right, so slightly thinner.
Yes. So you then would put that one in and then that one over the top. And that would take a little bit of the pressure off, because this platform is not as thick as this platform. This is thicker. And what I would say to start with, just use these two, your plastic one and your top one. Try them. If you're not then getting a good emboss, put a piece of card in, put another piece of card in, and then that would give you that. But if it's cutting through your card, it is definitely because the pressure of your machine. If you're using it through your Gemini MIDI. I have no other way of knowing why that would do that. So I think it would be an electronic machine.
Okay.
So try your different plates, but definitely switch out your magnetic with this one. So that makes a lot of sense. So if it's a brand new machine, there is sometimes, I think it's where everything's all screwed into place, and it takes a little bit of time to use the machine for it to just find its setting.
So just take a shim out or replace it?
Take the shim out, yeah. I would take the shim out, so just use your plastic shim and your white shim. If you need an extra shim, put in a piece of card or your metal shim. And then once you've used it a few times, I think you'll find you'll go back to our normal shim.
Right, sort of settle down a little bit.
Give it a try though, because I definitely think it's because you've got too much going in. Definitely for mirror cards, so if you're using mirror card, that's a good weight of cardstock that you're putting through, so that should work.
£10 Tuesday, $10 Tuesday, Little Bear says, I've just bought 4 Spectrum art kits, a great deal, which will help educate me on watercolouring, and a great selection of pens, all there on the website for you. We're an hour and 20 away from 60-minute deals. We have also got on the show tonight, a launch party, another look at the 3D textured embossing folders. We've still got the Showstopper available here, which is brilliant, and it does come with a bonus buy. So it is the brand new embossing folders that, well, let's talk about this one here, the carved wood, 4x6 in sizes. So many people commented saying this was one of the most beautiful, most detailed embossing folders they've ever seen, and that's no exaggeration. It is stunning, and you'll see it on some samples in just a few moments' time, but the level and detail of emboss that you get with these folders is quite incredible, and I think how we managed to up our game continually right across the board, particularly with something like embossing folders, is just sensational. This is another case in point here. Look at the detail of the emboss.
It's incredible, isn't it?
On the cable knit. Look at that, the emboss over the emboss. It's just incredible. Blows my mind, honestly. So that's your cable knit. And you're also going to get your crystal chandelier again.
I love that.
Detail, very opulent, that one, isn't it?
I used that one on my granddaughter's wiki card.
Oh, did you?
I had it in the background,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I can understand why with that one.
And I'm using that one next.
You've then got your macrame, and I know, again, this was super popular. You'll see a card with Debbie in just a few moments' time. Beautiful. Again, we were chatting about that. Worked quite nicely with things like your boho collection.
Yes.
This was really, really popular. So the carved wood in the rectangles and the squares, the granny square, as we would call it, it's actually called crochet.
Crochet, yeah.
Very, very popular, this as an individual. And of course, these are all still available individually if you want to go down that route. And then the other one you've got within the collection is the beautiful lace doily. I particularly like Sarah's demo that she did with that on launch, where she embossed it and then fussy cut around it.
Oh, okay, yes.
I thought it was really, really nice actually. So you've got the 6 brand new embossing folders there. The Showstopper is incredible, right? Because within the Showstopper, you pay an extra £10 or $10, and then we'll give you £64 or $82 worth of extra goodies. Those extra goodies being, I'll rattle through these fairly quickly as I looked at the time. You're going to get 12 sheets, you're going to get 24 sheets of the 12 Days of Christmas linen cardstock. We have got a cut and emboss folder in here, the beautiful fragrant magnolias. You've got your stamp sentiments, which are written in feathers. We've got a super cute 3D embossing folder called Lots of Love. You've also got the 3D embossing folder from the Majestic Unicorn collection. And then you've also got your beautiful embossing folder, stamp and die set,
Wow.
Happy Butterflies.
That's amazing.
All of that for 40 quid.
That's incredible. What a buy. I love that.
Yeah,
Was
bonkers.
that the Showstopper when it launched?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Bonkers.
That is amazing.
Same price, same deal, snap it up, and very, very quickly, if you buy that, you then get the option on a bonus buy, which is all of this card. As I say, I won't take too much time here, but the assorted card bonus buy, 5-piece collection, that's the price if you just like this and go, I'll buy it on its own. £48, $64. If you get this in your basket with that Showstopper, halve that price, £24 or $32. It is your luxury linen cardstock from the Vegas collection. It is the luxury linen cardstock that we brought to you with the Lovebirds collection. You've also got your beautiful pack of Centura pearls in the pastels, so 40 sheets in here. You're getting 5 colours, 8 sheets of each, or is that the other way around? No, it is. Don't doubt yourself, Ben. You know, your presentation lead. Look at all of the beautiful pastel colours that you've got in here. They're absolutely stunning. 40 sheets there. And then you're also going to get 30 sheets of our luxury cardstock in the green, so 10 sheets of the mirror card, 10 sheets of the matte mirror, 10 sheets of our encapsulated glitter cardstock, and then you're getting it in the ice blue as well. 10, 10, 10. And don't forget you get the little added extras in there too. It's 30 and a bit in each, because you get the extra bits for the display. Channeling my inner Craig. £24 or $32 when that goes into the basket with your Showstopper. That's a nice added extra, but let's talk about these embossing folders there, because they are sensational, aren't they?
Oh, they're just beautiful. I love the fact that we've got different sizes. I really like when we do that. We've only done it once before, we got different sizes, but let me show you some of them. I love this one. The snippability of them is incredible. Wow. There's one here. This is like you sans Sarah did with cutting it out around the edges. Looks amazing. Just adding some really pretty inks around. Look at that.
That's
but
brilliant.
Anyone that you know that loves knitting, what a lovely card to give to somebody.
And that's so effective, but again, very achievable even for a beginner, that effect, isn't it?
So effective, I love that one. Really, really lovely. And that's that one you were saying about that carved wood. Really is outstanding work on that one. Absolutely love it. So many different ways you can do it. We're going to be using this one. I just love that. I really, really like that embossing folder. I've not seen anything like that before. Look at that with all the knitting there. Looks incredible. But what I love about embossing folders is they can be your main focal point, or they can just be in the background on something. I love that with the wall, and then you've got the cat on there from our Pets Rule collection, and one more there with that beautiful boho effect. Just absolutely amazing. Right, let's make one with this. So let's grab a piece of card and our 3D embossing, and then we're going to place that inside our folder. Now again, I know that my writing is on the back, so we're going to put our card in, but I've just got a white piece of card, so it doesn't matter whether it's front or back on the actual design. It looks like someone's inked this folder, so it might have a bit of ink inside, but I'm not too worried. I have got a finished one, because I thought, just in case you missed it yesterday, it's a little bit like an hour masterclass on embossing, isn't it? So we've done the inks on the last one. I'm going to use alcohol pens on this one, because it's really easy to follow the lines. It's a really great one to have. I mean, look at the level of embossing on there. You can see a little bit of ink come out on the side, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. But the level of embossing onto white cardstock to get this is absolutely incredible. Now, what I have used is our metallic pen, because our metallic pens come in 3 different nibs. So this one's got the small nib, and I'm going to use this to almost sort of do the chain, so we can literally paint that down onto our design there. I'm not going to do too much, just to show you that's what I did with it all. So wherever there's a little gap, you can literally just put your silver pen. So a great nib for this one.
Are those ones the sets of 3, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah,
it sets of 3, and you've got that tiny little nib, and it's just really easy because you've got that embossed line to follow that down. So do that on all your sort of chains, and then just come in with whatever colours that you want to use. So I've got my orange here, and what I love, I mean, I did this on Wake Up Call yesterday, not the same one, but with alcohol pens. They're so easy to follow where you want to put your ink, because it's risen, the actual design. Your edges are a lot neater than if you were just colouring an image.
Yeah, very true.
Because this is just a pure white image, and if you just want to add a little dot, you just hold it until it fills that dot.
Oh yeah.
Look, just fills. So easy to do. And then you can come in and change your colour. So let's just do, pull the actual whole thing off there. Let me just come in with this one. Let's do a different one. And it is just a case of putting colour onto here, and it looks beautiful, because it actually looks like you've put jewels everywhere. Do you know what would work really well on this, Ben? Do you know our glitter markers?
Oh, nice one,
They would be amazing colouring this in. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm just sitting here thinking that would be so
I'm just thinking as well, thinking whilst you're thinking, would any of our little touch of sparkles be sized enough to go on this, and then colour over the top of those?
Yes. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Look at me getting all crafty.
I know, look at you. You want a colouring and embossing folder now, don't you? But yeah, just a nice, easy craft to do is colouring your embossing. If you want a quick lay down of colour. And actually I will just grab an ink pad and show you. You can just go straight over the top. So if you wanted, so use this on top, just come on top and really just gently, you can pick that up and put down a lot of colour in one go, so you can see on there.
You know that cable knit card that you showed us previously, that's how that was achieved, right?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So if you want to take more colour, want to put more colour down, then just do that. But you can also still go over those ones. So,
yeah, you can do a little bit of each, can't you?
Yeah,
then?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you want a bit more of a quick colouring, you can do that for sure. There's just so many different ways of adding colour to this embossing folder.
I love the fact that, again, you are colouring, because we do get so many questions and comments and I think worries as well from people who worry about colouring, but colouring onto an emboss does make life a whole lot easier for you, because like you say, it's almost like you've got those bumper bars there, haven't you, to help you get the colour in the right place.
And the other thing is as well, is let's just say you're not very neat at colouring, because not everybody is neat at colouring. Or you might hold your pen on there for a little bit too long and it sort of bleeds around the edges. If that happens, just use gilding wax, a really small amount of gilding wax, and that covers your edges. It's like, so in fact, let's do it. Let's just go a little bit rogue here and just like think, I know you wouldn't be doing this, but let's just say, oh, this isn't brilliant colouring, but I'm laying down my colour. So you can see it's not very neat, is it, at all?
No.
But it's honestly, it's like magic when you put a bit of gilding wax onto it.
Okay.
So don't worry if your edges are not neat. So just doing this really quickly. And actually, I will just colour one next to it, just to give you another one to go on to. So let's just do that.
I'm just of that mantra now, you know, I'm very laid back about everything and just have a go at stuff and just don't crafting shouldn't be, you shouldn't worry about crafting, you shouldn't worry about colouring.
No, not
just
at all.
Have fun. If it goes a little bit skew whiff, then it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it doesn't matter, not at all. But let's just say, and I know you wouldn't go that, you know, badly with your colouring. So let's just colour that all in. Well, that was a nice quick way, look at that. But you can see we've got neat colouring, we've got our ink, and then you put that on top. Let me bring in the gilding wax, because it really is such a game changer when you place it over the top. Now you need a really small amount, and all you're going to do is just take the edge off. And what will happen, it will start to blend in that colour, so you don't even notice where you've been on the outside. So it starts to look just as neat as if you've gone on to something else. Oh, there, Jamie's picked that up really on the front there, which looks amazing. Can you see? So you're actually getting that lovely gold wax all over there without it looking, especially on that one there, like you've gone over the edges too much. So that's definitely a way that you can do it. So once you've coloured all of that in, you're going to have, let me bring this finished one in. Look at this. How amazing is that?
Oh, I love it.
So, and it just takes that little bit of time just to go over, colour all those beads in. I mean, it's such a beautiful embossing folder, that one, isn't it? So, so lovely. And then by using, if I just sort of move that, you can sort of see where the silver is just along these lines, just a little touch of silver. So it just makes it look quite classy. And then all we're going to do, Ben, is we're going to make a very simple card. So we're letting the embossing folder do all the talking. I've took a piece of linen cardstock. Please don't ask me where it's come from, because I took all of my linen cardstock out of the packets now.
Right.
Because I didn't have room for them. So when you take the packaging out, it whittles them right down. So
that one actually looks a bit like the one that we're doing. Looks like the one from the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, it's a very
which you get in the Showstopper.
One in there.
Or
well,
maybe
that would work. That would still work beautifully.
Just a quick question, a good one from Amelie, who says, Debbie, is there a preference when it comes to nibs on pens when colouring embossing folders? Is one easier than the other?
Yeah, I love that, because we get asked that all the time, and actually it really is personal preference.
Right.
I love both nibs, so I'm gonna do something Jamie's gonna hate me for, but I'm gonna go and grab another pen. Okay. So I'm just going to, he's come off of me, see. I'm gonna go and grab a brush marker. So our brush marker and our nibs, you got those two different nibs. I love both of them. I don't think, a preference, because I honestly seamlessly go from one to the other. I love the brush nib because it's nice and soft. It means that when you are colouring, where is our colour here? It means you can really get into that tight. So because of that tiny little nib, I can literally, these little dots here, I can just touch the top of them and really get into that one. So with such accuracy, that is amazing. But if I went in with this one as well, I could do the same, but probably just get a little bit of a thicker line because it's got a harder nib. So you can see that one almost doesn't have a gap. This one has a gap throughout it. So you can get real precision with a brush nib. So I would say it's personal preference. I would say if you can afford to go for both, you'll use both because they both have their place. The brush nib, you can really get into the tiniest of details. So that's a really good one to use. And also, depending on what techniques you use, a flicking technique where you're doing hair, skin, animal fur, shading, your brush nib is definitely the one to go for the flicking technique, because it works beautifully. Right, so hopefully that helps. I'm just going to take my tape all the way round onto our embossed detail, like so. We're going to pop that, just make sure I've got that opening the right way. So we're keeping this nice and simple, just that little edge to give me a frame all the way round. And then I always just like to turn over and burnish that down, just to make sure that is well stuck onto my card. And then all I've got then is I've just stamped myself one of my friends from our one of our older, I just love these, our fancy font words. So I'm just going to put a friend on there, because I think this way it can be for any occasion, whether you're just saying hello, whether it's for birthday, whatever the occasion, you can pop that on. And we're just going to pop that along the bottom there. So I wanted that to keep that nice and bold, but I didn't want to take anything away from our folder. And if I turn that round, there we go. And that's what the effect you can get if you colour those in.
Fantastic. That Showstopper deal is incredible. You're going to get all of those embossing folders, plus the, well, the added extras for an extra tenner, £64 or $82 worth of content, which is incredible. That's the folder, the crystal chandelier, if you want to be able to recreate Debbie's demo. All of these, again, are available for you individually. So if you do want to just pick and choose, maybe you just want to try them out, then of course you've got the option to do that. Shop the day or shop the show is where you can see them all. But that's your cable knit. And then you've also got your carved wood as well. And then the other three that you get are your beautiful lace doily. You've got the granny square, which is called crochet. And then you have the macrame. So those are all of the brand new embossing folders. For an extra £10, you will get £64 or $82 worth of goodies, which is this beautiful 3D embossing folder with die frame and then stamped sentiments. You've got the Majestic Unicorn 3D embossing folder. That one is called Unicorn at Heart. You've got a cute little Diddy 3D embossing folder, 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, called Lots of Love. So it's all those beautiful hearts. You've got your Written in Feathers sentiment set in stamp form. You've got a cut and emboss folder as well, which is the Fragrant Magnolias. And then, of course, you get all of your luxury linen cardstock too from the 12 Days of Christmas collection. It is 24 sheets in there, 6 colours, 4 sheets of each. That is £40 or $48. And then, of course, you've got your bonus buy on the cardstock as well. We will look at that in more detail later on tonight. Don't forget, launch party tonight, live at 5, which is more of what you've just seen. Loads more demos, loads of inspiration. And again, anything particularly that you want to ask or know, feel free to get interactive with us. And in just over an hour's time, you will need to be here. 60-minute deals will be with you. Your chance to pick up some incredible deals that are so good, they can only be here for an hour and no more. So make sure you join us then. They'll be live just before the show and they'll be gone just after the show. But thanks for watching for now. Massive thanks to Debbie, and we'll see you in an hour. Until then, bye for now.